Hello everyone, this is Bob and Threadbare, and welcome back to Thi4f.
Kalon Zombie?
I'm Random Ninja.
And we are exploring the city, now that it is on fire.
Only not.
Well, in parts.
Yeah. More or less kind of on fire.
Gods,
A little bit.
they never listen.
And actually, in line with that, the section I'm in here is actually kind of small and off on its own. So I've decided I'd like to actually finish exploring this place before I move on to another area.
Fair enough.
Which we can do with Abandon because we have all the side quests.
We have everything that we could possibly find in this area. We can find it right now. Technically, we could find it earlier, but we had other stuff to do. We've already seen what's beyond that door. You may recall.
Yes.
Yeah.
This gloom is everywhere.
But there's all sorts of other little hidey holes around.
The gloom still exists. Remember the gloom? We haven't introduced about 1 billion different plot points since then.
I think it's actually
A few of these
sort of mentioning the gloom just to make sure we know it's still relevant.
city.
It's another piece of the bait and switches. Apparently, there are a bunch of obelisks around the stone market area.
Weird.
Yeah.
And
Mother was right.
perhaps they will
City
bear
looks best
investigating
with their
later.
eyes closed.
Well, of course.
Now, what's down here, I wonder? It appears to be nothing.
Oh.
Everywhere.
Is something supposed to be down there?
Nope. Nope. I mean, maybe it's a way of getting around the guards, who are only there on certain between chapter bits.
Maybe.
Anyway, there's nothing else here except our good old friend Jim Beam. Back through that alley there.
Cramped city.
Which, nothing wrong with him, right?
Right.
No, there's nothing wrong with him.
But we've already visited with him in that location, so let's find out where else we can go.
Okay.
I really think this novel is something better. Shit's already pretty bad.
Would you buy a remedy from a man who's gone and caught the thief himself?
But Marco said,
Let me tell you what Marco said. Blah, blah, blah. I pretend I know things and only...
Who's he talking to?
Another guard.
kind of sound like that, doesn't he?
Who is the person talking?
A guard.
Oh, the guy in the chair. I just saw his hands move.
But if you're talking about the subtitles, that's one of those people screaming down by the clock tower, like a million miles away, but we're getting their subtitles instead of the people talking in the next room.
Yeah, that'll happen.
You gotta love when subtitles overlap.
All the time.
And it's
It's almost a running joke.
actually kind of funny, too, because the guy screaming in the clock tower area is talking about how Orion has cured the gloom, and the guards in this room are talking about how the person they work for has not cured the gloom.
So you're left to wonder, who do they work for?
That guy? Right there.
Dr. Troy.
Yep. He's got his name on the wall and everything.
Little...
Is
Just...
he related to somebody named Deanna?
That's
here.
a reference to DC Comics.
No.
No?
Why did that
Deanna
happen?
Troy is a reference to Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh... Okay.
She was the counselor of the ship.
It was her job to stand next to Captain Picard and state the obvious.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I was also pretty sure there was a Diana Troy in
Troy's so-called
DC, though.
remedy. I don't put much faith in the bottle.
But as I've previously stated, didn't watch much Star Trek. Hey, turn the light on, guys. Look at that.
Except that,
That didn't happen. Ignore that.
well, I reloaded the autosave because I kind of got caught a couple of times by the guards in the next room.
Oh.
And oddly enough, the autosave takes place while he is walking towards the,
They don't come cheap. Little wonder he can afford guards.
yeah, that's a little late.
Yeah.
Stay sane.
But as I was saying, oh, for crying out loud, that is not one of the pots that breaks.
That sounded like you hit a potato sack.
But no, as I was saying, so the autosave happened while the guy was, on his way to the light switch. And so when I reloaded it, the guy forgot that he needed to turn the light back on.
Huh. So why did you knock out the guards then?
Because I wanted to search this room.
No.
Because there are fine valuables in this room.
Like a pen.
And I also got a tonic from the other room with the Dr. Troy in it. That was another one of Basso's missions.
He's gone.
Hmm.
Also, what the hell is up with this texture?
Laziness. Laziness is up with that texture.
It is sticking out the side of the thing that it's supposed to be on.
Well, here's what they did. They made one texture that said his name and then just stuck it on as many things as they could. Okay, also he's talking about bile and proportion to saliva, which... gross. First of all, and secondly, is definitely not real medicine.
Well, it's for humans' medicine. It's black bile, yellow bile, mucus, and blood.
Good.
So actually, it is a question why he's adding saliva, because that's not any of those four.
Good of you to drop by.
It's done. Here's your friend's hand.
He needs to water it down.
Fantastic. Here's your payment, Master Thief.
Why
You've
not?
earned
Use
it.
water.
My metal man can't speak. One of my bastard colleagues ran off with his voice box. Can you believe it? I hired a black ant
Probably
to
just
fetch
a
the
fetish
device,
of
but
some
the
kind.
coward fool was caught by the watch.
That's what you get for hiring an amateur.
Can't argue there. That's
But
why
the
I
watch,
selected
they
to
don't
hire
exist
you, a
anymore.
proper
It's all the
thief.
Graven Dawn now.
Surely someone
Jeez,
with
get
your,
with the times, man.
The skill could find this jail.
Listen, he's been
steal
locked
the voice
inside
box
for a
from
very
his
long
possession.
time.
Maybe you'd think with a telescope.
Finally,
You're supposed to
someone
accept this
recognizes
side
the
mission
importance of
earlier
my
in the
work.
game, too, so...
That's
Apparently.
In the watch's custody. Snoop around the watchtowers and
Now,
gallows for the
unlike
voice box.
Basso's side missions, you can only continue this quest chain every time you get a newly item.
No,
Or-
once the area is unlocked that you need to go to, that is when you will unlock the next side quest in this chain.
So you could just keep talking to him, one after another, and he give you a new quest every time?
Well, I'm doing that now. That is actively what I am right now doing.
No, but I mean, with Basso, you can sort of pool up a whole bunch of his quests and get them all done in one big go. With that guy, you can't do it. You have to do them one after another?
Yes.
Okay.
Side missions are assigned one after another. They're a little more involved than Basso's
One of those
missions.
poor fools must be Hector's
Gotcha.
thief.
Basso's mission is
Just
just
my luck.
find thing.
One of those poor fools, he says, looking up at the one-hanged man.
Looks
Who
like Perry.
very conveniently dropped what he needed.
Besides notorious
How did he get it?
pawnbroker. I better pay him a visit before he sells the voice
I'm gonna
box
stop
to
trying to
the
make sense of
highest
this
bidder.
game now.
Yeah.
The thief got a receipt for deposit for, selling off his voice box to a fence.
Oh, so he stole the box that he was supposed to steal back for the other guy. And sold it.
Yeah, he fenced it thinking he might get a better price out of Oxheart Perry.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure he sold it by now, though.
Maybe. Who knows?
Been a while.
But really the interesting thing is the fact that the thief got a receipt for his sale
Yeah.
of a voice box.
No, that's how you do it. Every time I go to my fence, I get a receipt.
Yeah. Fence always gives you receipts for your ill-gotten gains,
Yeah.
so that the police can always trace it back to you.
Tax deductible, man.
That's just good business, Bobby. You're a business owner. It's a write-off.
Well, you're not a business owner, you're an independent contractor.
Yeah, you don't know that.
I'm just saying.
You could own an independent contracting business. Back alley pawnbroker. You don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about the thief himself, actually.
Oh.
Oh,
well, see.
yeah.
And if you own an independent contracting business, then I think that would be the owner of a thieves' guild.
Or an owner of a fences guild. You don't know that they don't have guilds. They could be unionized. Fences have lives too. They need vacations just like everyone else.
Well, in any case, we've reached the right area, but it does not appear that we can actually, enter this wall in order to get into the location we're looking for. So we're going to have to get creative and get up to the second story.
Ooh. Again, this is a good design idea that should have been used more.
I hope he shows.
Puzzle-based climbing. This is good. I like this.
Yep.
We're back in the area we were at the beginning of the game.
No, this is the south quarter, which is the other area.
Sorry, all these loading screen windows and roofs look the same.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Plus, I've been making some cuts here and there. Now, let's see if we can get upstairs from here.
I'm sorry, was that a gas radiator in a wooden house?
I'm more interested in this.
No, it's just fetish gear. No big deal.
Don't kink shame, Bobbin.
I'm more worried about the fire hazard. That poses very dangerous risks while you do your kink play. What? Come on. What kind of house is this?
Abandoned from the looks of it.
Can afford bondage gear, but this thing doesn't have any. I think they just realized they screwed up the reflections and so decided to give up on the windows.
Well, I'm not seeing anything in particular for that, 3-digit thing there, but there is this clock here. This might be pointing to the numbers, but they're not. It's not.
Oh.
So,
It would have been a clever way to tell you what digits are part of that code.
Did you open it off screen?
No.
But
I futzed around in that room for several minutes trying to figure out whether or not that clock code could give you the code for the save. And once I failed at that, I cut out all of my failure attempts in order to...
I should have just looked up the code and opened it anyways.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's got any of the collectibles in it, so fuck it anyway. But this is where I actually have to go in order to get to the location I'm going to. There's actually this rope arrow and not that ladder all this time.
But that ladder leads to that safe that has no code, so...
None that we can find so far.
Well, yes. Really? We're stealing picture frames now?
Hey, at least there's no pictures inside of them.
We don't know that.
That would have just been a dick move.
Could be the family's last picture of their dear departed blank.
Look what kind of a landscape, actually. Their dear departed landscape.
Maybe they used to own a cottage on the hills and now they live in this shitty, dilapidated house.
Oh, they got one of the nice portraits, though.
I like him. He's got a nice monocle.
Good
I like
find.
the sound that makes.
Yes, he is the very model of a modern major water buffalo. Alright, here we go, though.
This is the right place. This time for sure.
I once knew a friend who could get through the entire first verse of Modern Major General without screwing up once, and most of the second.
Man, you can't even get through that first sentence.
I know.
Your friend's pretty skilled.
It's fucked up.
Is this another house with multiple entrances, or is it just sort of the one?
No, this is just a sort of a side area that you can access from the same location, so I figured, you know, why not?
Oh, okay. Did have that nice, dirty, old watch metal.
Yeah. And now here's where we're looking.
Really? I wouldn't be able to tell. What with that giant glowing light in front and everything.
And the objective marker, both on the map and on the main screen.
That's definitely
I would have never known to gone there.
not a giveaway.
No.
Gets in through here, better hope you can make your scratch singing in alehouses. Understand?
Of course, sir.
Shit pot.
That did not sound like a sir.
Rest.
Well, right now we're robbing a fence. So the guards he's got are kind of shady. Now what do we got here? 1 environmental exploit and 3 headshots.
Huh.
You're robbing a fence. That doesn't seem like a good idea in the long run if you get caught.
It's okay, Bob. I mean, thief is a... Garrett is a master thief, is what I meant. Yes. It's not late. What?
No.
Looks like there's only one guy out there, and he's looking the wrong way.
And a convenient environmental box hanging above him.
Actually, it's not hanging above
To
him.
take the wife to.
Oh. Looks like it is. Should be.
Nah, it's just hanging above that hole in the
Just
floor.
dangling there. Perspective. It'll get you.
And there's a dog.
Woof.
Whatever.
Sleep.
Hey,
You
Dog smells
missed.
someone.
An arrow hit me from the opposite direction that I'm looking. I better look in that direction.
Well, it's a noise coming from over there. You don't know.
all he knows is that the dog smelled something, even though the dog heard something.
Yeah, the dog heard an arrow entering his skull.
I have dogs like that in my neighborhood that bark at everything. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like those dogs. Bad dog.
Well,
I mean, at least it's not a bird.
apparently this balcony does not lead anywhere new.
Can't really see the logic there, building a balcony that goes that way.
Well, normally balconies are not supposed to go anywhere.
No, they're supposed to be for standing on.
Well, I mean, ostensibly they go down in a roundabout sort of way.
Well, all you need is a ledge if you want to go down.
I'm getting sick, I know it.
Balconies give you a nice view while you do it. Or it's supposed to. That balcony did not have a nice view. It had a view of what seemed to be a construction site.
I need to sleep.
Hey, maybe it used to be nice.
I think this is an abandoned part of the docks.
So what did dropping that box do for you?
It gave me a way to climb back up from here.
I'd welcome some warm coffee.
Oh, wait, there's a trap. There's a trap square thing there.
So we can hear this guy talking, but his subtitles don't show up, and we
Rats everywhere.
can't see him.
Right.
Whatever.
Because the sound engine of this game was constructed by smart people.
And out of paper mache.
Someone's attacking!
Where the hell is he?
I'm gonna look under the table. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh my god, I'm glad I opened my eyes at the exact right moment.
Were you sleeping?
Dead, are you?
Yeah, just taking a little nap.
No, I was resting my eyes. It's late.
Hooray, I've completed 2 of the tasks.
Remain undetected is not your first priority, is it? Also, Garrett, take a sword, take a sword, take a sword.
No. He doesn't kill.
You just killed 3 people.
No, he
Clearly,
doesn't kill.
your no-kill policy is not as strong as it used to be.
But if he needs to threaten somebody, all he needs is an arrow.
God damn.
No, he could use his billy club. That's threatening in a head trauma-y kind of way.
And he does use it to beat people.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's probably full of blood and hair and stuff.
Yeah, with such a flimsy construction, I can imagine. all sorts of bits and pieces of human beings getting stuck in the works.
Face bits.
Well, this is something that might have been useful if I hadn't murdered everybody.
Whoops. I mean, it's there now, I guess. It's arguably kind of faster.
But I do appreciate that the fence has shelves littered with junk,
That we can't steal.
some of which is valuable, others of which are not.
You know, if it's a fence, though, all of it should be valuable. Kind of like a pawn shop owner. You don't see pawn shop owners buying stuff that they can't make money off of.
Well, you gotta remember, Garrett is extremely picky and only picks up things that are either collectibles, made of valuable metals, or both.
Yeah, still don't really get that, though.
Because books can't possibly be valuable. Nor can the wine inside of the bottle.
Nor anything else that isn't... Oh, no, I like this. I actually like this one. That's a nice one.
This one's pretty great.
That looks like a D&D character.
Find.
The last couple have been pretty good.
That looks like a D&D character someone would come up with. I can see
Yeah.
it.
A paladin with a cow's skull.
Yeah. It's,
Some sort of weird undead. Yeah, some sort of weird undead from Monster Manual 7.
Or one of those deathless things, the good undead from the Eberron setting.
yeah.
Yes. Ah. I love me some Eberron.
More games need to be released that take place in those kinds of settings. That stopped happening once isometric games stopped being things.
I think there's still a D&D MMO out there.
Oh yeah, Neverwinter.
Yeah, it is based on Eberron, I think.
I was kind of caught in that limbo of not quite breakout MMO that still hangs on by the tooth and nail
Well, I also...
The very
by fleecing the players it does has of everything they're worth.
Yeah.
The people who swear that guys, it's better than WoW. See, look.
But here's the problem with MMOs. It's a huge time investment.
Oh yeah.
You can't...
Something else is that opening this door has alerted Oxheart Perry himself. I'm not sure how. I don't think there's an actual trap tied to this door. But every time you open it, assuming you haven't knocked him out already, he will come down here.
Huh.
and do precisely jack and shit, but, you know.
No, he's on his way. He's still on his way. You heard the music
Yeah.
just now. That's because he
What's he gonna do?
came downstairs and saw the bodies I left behind.
What? You're not gonna open that?
Someone's hurt!
Oh, you're hiding.
I'll find you before you get me!
Why does Garrett only ever need to unlock one side of these?
Come on out! Nice and easy!
I don't know, but I'm glad. It takes long enough to do it the other way.
Isn't he a civilian?
No, he had a sword, so I get to get away with it.
Okay. I buy that.
Cool.
Bobbin, you didn't undo the traps.
Nope. But that's because I didn't find the wire cutter box yet.
Wasn't it that thing protected by... Oh, no, that was just another trapped thing.
Yes.
Ah.
And in fact, the wire goes into Oxheart Perry's personal quarters.
Again, wire being rope, but that's just... It is what it is. It's a lot of rope.
And either way, it is very interesting placement. That, you know, he doesn't trust anybody but himself here. So he traps all of his important stuff, and then he puts the only way to disable the trap in his private quarters.
Do you think the combination to that safe we saw is probably in this place somewhere, in one of those notebooks or something?
No, it would be on the streets if it's anywhere.
I'll take this.
Yeah, see? A few drops of belladonna in the eyes.
What is belladonna and what does it do to your eyes?
Belladonna is a caustic poison.
Oh,
And what does it do to your eyes? Make them all colorful?
fucks them up royally.
Yeah, but so does acid.
Well, if you want to look it up, we've still got some time left in this video. Hey, here we go.
Hey, everything is on track now.
Here, I'll look it up.
Do that. And then inform us. Educate us. It's not dinosaurs, but it'll do. What? Who puts a coin purse in a trapped box Why would something of more value not be in there? There was a gold teapot worth almost as much as that gold purse. Coin purse, sorry.
Yep. But on the plus side, the traps are gone. We can now open the safe safely.
Safe safely.
Yeah, I'd call myself clever if I had done that on purpose.
You could take credit for it anyways. No one's gonna blame you.
Well, now, if I do it now, they're just going to laugh at me.
Edit it out.
this
Okay,
is the
so-
voice box.
According to Wikipedia, the common name belladonna originates from historic use
I
by
should've
women.
sold it while I had
Belladonna
the
is
chance.
Italian for beautiful lady. Drops prepared from the belladonna plant were used to dilate the woman's pupils, an effect considered to be attractive and seductive. Belladonna acts as a word that I'm not even going to bother to try and pronounce, blocking receptors in the muscles of the eye that constrict pupil size. Belladonna is currently rarely used cosmetically as it carries adverse effects of causing minor visual distortions, inability to focus on near objects, and increased heart rate. Prolonged usage was reputed to cause blindness.
Well, there you go.
You know, who needs blindness anyways? Or who needs eyesight anyways?
I imagine that not many people would want blindness, now that you bring it up.
Well, if any of them see Kalon, ho ho.
Well, hey, look at that. I got more money from the loot items challenge than from the mission.